What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for September 2022. So in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides regarding September 2022. But before we begin this reading, Sagittarius, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out, Sagittarius. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Sagittarius. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy and we'll see what wants to come through for you for September 2022. What was that? Well, yeah, the Ace of Wands and the Sun popping out before we even shuffle. That's a good sign, I think. A very good sign, but let's go ahead and pull the energy now. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's lay out these cards and see what is going on for you here. All right, very interesting stuff. All right, Sagittarius, so what's coming through is definitely a lot of you are looking to improve your physical reality, like manifest a new job, manifest more money, manifest a new partner, something about like, getting more things in the physical reality. I also feel like there's an unfinished business love. Like there could be someone coming back into your reality that you kind of wrote off. But the main message here, Sagittarius, is you getting out of your own way when it comes to creating your own success here in September 2022. I'm going to be honest, I do feel like a lot of you are having a fear of failure. But what you don't understand is like failure is a necessary part of success. We look at, we're taught based on the public school system and kind of in the matrix, we're indoctrinated into the matrix on purpose to control your mind, by the way, to make you believe, because beliefs create reality, that a failure is separate from success. Oh, if you fail, you're a failure. You tried that, it didn't work, loser. That's what we've been conditioned to think. But the truth is that if you have a failure, that is an exact cornerstone, stepping stone to success. And if I did not personally fail my whole life, fail, I wouldn't be here doing something that I love to do, because I would have just been too scared to do the first thing. So there's this thing about like, don't be afraid to experiment and to work hard at something and give up the whole idea of what, because people are brainwashed in this matrix here, Sagittarius. And it's like the frequency coming through is like people are going to maybe look down upon you for doing things that they never had the courage to do for themselves. So we're going to have to clarify these cards here. But you have here, Sagittarius, the Six of Pentacles in your opportunity. Okay, so this is definitely an opportunity to receive some sort of gift. The Six of Pentacles is about gift giving, maybe also to give. You know, with this opportunity, what you put out is what you get back. If you put out an energy, or are you judging people for failing? You want to do something, you want to change your life, you want to make a new business, you want to get promoted, you want to move off grid and whatever success is for you, because it's going to be different. There's some sort of weird message coming through about what are you putting out, because that's the energy you're going to get back. If you have a lot of people that are like, you're like, deep down, you're like, well, I don't care what they think about me, but guess what? They're still stopping you from taking action. Okay, there's so many layers coming at me. There's people in your life that you're telling yourself I don't give a shit about their opinions, but you do, because then you would have taken action if you didn't. The other thing here, Sagittarius, is are you judging people? Are you constantly calling other people failure? And then you're wondering why it's coming back to you. There's something about giving good energy, okay? Freedom. Also with this energy, the Six of Pentacles here, Sagittarius, in your opportunity, there's definitely something about an even give and exchange. So make sure that you have a flow, and also just like having a very balanced approach to what you want in the physical world. This is coming through very strongly, Sagittarius, that if you want something in your life, you must not put it on a pedestal. You must view it as ordinary, standard. Of course, the universe will give it to me. That's the biggest mistake that I made, that I thought like having something would be like, oh my God, it's so amazing. You know, creating this successful thing, whatever it is that you want to create, it's up here. No, the moment you put it on a pedestal, you distance yourself, you create an energetic distortion. All the people who are and I've studied this, and I've experienced this as well. All the people who are successful, they almost take for granted the things that they have. What other people think are amazing, they're like, yeah, whatever. You know, it's like you could have like a Ferrari, just for example. I know that a lot of you don't want that, but like, let's take a Ferrari. The person who's like looking at it, they're like, oh my God, Ferrari, I would feel so amazing if I had it. The person who actually has it is like ordinary, standard. Maybe it makes you feel good for a little bit. So don't think that this dream, this success that you're moving to, because that's what this is about, manifestation of success and dealing through the fears. Don't think that that's going to make you feel so good. If you can almost have a disdain for the universe, this is very weird. This is a very, very advanced teaching. I'm not sure who's listening to this that's pulling this out, but you are. You have to have almost this attitude of like, I could do with it, I could do without it, and then you'll actually line up with it, because then failure wouldn't be this big thing either. Because if if I don't get and this is just an example, I don't get the Ferrari, then I'm a failure. Then it's like you're creating these dependent relationships. Reality is neutral. It's like we have all this freedom. I'm literally very sorry that we're like 10 minutes in and I've only been on one card, but sometimes this is how it happens. You also have the Seven of Wands here in your challenge. So this is once again, maybe you being very defensive, like putting up boundaries to your own success. Like there's something we're going to have to clarify. This also could be people around you that are quite defensive for whatever reason, Sagittarius. But here's the thing is why I'm going on this rant for a lot of it. In your overall general energy, you have the Magician, you have the Eight of Pentacles, and you also have the Nine of Swords here. So this is about manifestation, productivity, and fear in your overall general energy. So overall, to look on the bright side, I see a lot of work being put into your dreams. Whatever your dreams is, the Magician is all about using unseen forces to your advantage, listening to that intuitive voice in your head that gives you ideas, right? Using your mind to experience on the inside what you want before you experience it on the outside. Okay, but there is this element of fear. It's either fear of other people or of like, how are you going to judge yourself for moving forward in this new direction? So here's the thing. In what you don't see coming, Sagittarius, there is a bit of love action going on. You have the Queen of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands, and you also have the Two of Cups here for you in what you don't see coming. We're going to have to clarify that, but you know, there is some sort of thing about being more confident. There could be some sort of fire sign. If you're more female, this could be a King of Wands. But I do feel like there's someone coming back in love for you in September, like someone that you maybe had dealings with in the past a little bit. You may be talking to them a little bit. I do feel like there's an opportunity for love with them. But right now, it's almost like you're so focused on building a new foundation in your life that may not be the most important thing for you in September, or you're like open to it. And I actually think like there's something here to be said about love The idea for a lot of you, this is not actually for all of you. I'm getting this is for like 40% of you. The energetic way that you approach love is how you should approach your manifestations, in like terms of career or abundance. I don't know who needs to hear that, because you're like nonchalant about some things, and then these other things you're like very uptight about, but because you have an identity of being a nonchalant person or like some sort of evolved person, you can't admit to the things that you're uptight about. And you have to be very open to awareness, basically, is what I'm sensing. So yeah, but now here's the thing. In your advice from Spirit, clearly there's a new physical component that is opening up for you in this reality. You have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and you also have the Seven of Swords. So it's very, very similar. Like if you looked at this spread, it's almost like you get 75% there, and then you kind of like bail out. But this is really, the Ace of Pentacles is a new venture. It could be improving physical health. This is the advice. There is something about making sure that your health is on point, because if you don't have really good energy levels, it's going to be harder to manifest things. That's just how it goes. Like you're stuck in more of a dense reality. So anything you can do. I really feel like this is not going to resonate with all of you, but there was like 2 years of my life where I went completely raw vegan, and I just feel like it or not raw vegan, but like vegetarian vegan, and I just feel like it like cleared my energy. And after that period, I did get very like skinny, and like it was very hard for me because I probably didn't do it correctly because I was broke at the time, so I couldn't afford like superfoods and things like that. But there is something about purifying your energy, and you'd be surprised how much that changes your manifestations. But here's the thing, Sagittarius. This is about discipline over motivation. A lot of you get very motivated to start something, but then you put the brakes on and you get caught in bad habits and you go the other way. You have to give up short-term gratification for long-term pleasure, and that's really the only things that are going to make you satisfied anyway in the long run. Like any sort of creative thing that brings you abundance, that takes years to do. There's something that the universe wants you to start that's going to take years to manifest, but that's really the only satisfying thing. This could be writing a book for some of you, I'm getting. This could be creating something. You know, like if it was given to you overnight, you wouldn't even appreciate it. If something was handed to you overnight and you didn't have to put any work and you didn't have to make any sacrifices for it, you wouldn't be even happy with it. And so there's something about giving up happiness, because there's something here, the Seven of Swords in your advice is like you either are connected to someone energetically who's preventing you from doing your dreams, or this is you who've internalized someone's like. So there's a lot here going on, as you can see. Now let's go ahead and get into this reading and start clarifying some of the cards here for you, Sagittarius, right? So first card that I'd like to clarify is why the Magician is here in your overall general energy. All right, using unseen forces. Don't be afraid to get creative as well, because yeah, I don't know. You have a lot of potential on the table, and I just feel like a lot of you are and this has been a theme for you, Sagittarius. Like a lot of you are wasting your potential, and like you're not going to pay the price for that immediately. It's going to be something that creeps up on you, and I just don't want to see that happen for you. So why is the Magician here? And I'm not above this, by the way. I hope you realize that, but like I don't really have any Sagittarius in my chart. So why is the Magician here? The Magician is clarified in your overall general energy by the King of Swords, by the Temperance card, and also by the Knight of Wands here. So yeah, definitely a lot of, it's like almost everything going on here. You have the Knight of Wands, which is about creating a new adventure for yourself, okay? Going on a new journey, also making a decision to do that. That's the discipline aspect here. The King of Swords here, and also the Temperance card, which is balance. You know, this is also about abstaining. This is also about burning off impurities to go on this manifestation journey that you're on. Less is more for you, Sagittarius. Like, I would get very present to the moment. If I were you, I would set an intention, write out everything that you want to have happen, and then just simplify your life. You know, a lot of you get like sucked into this area, and you can't manifest anything if your energy is scattered. So there's something, the Knight of Wands to the King of Swords is like channeling all of your energy into one area. And then the Temperance card here is not getting on a high emotionally when it goes well for you, or not getting on a high or a low when it goes bad for you. You have to have just a faith and a vision. A faith and a vision, being able to manifest that, that's what's going to make you happy anyway, I'm telling you. Now let's go ahead as well, Sagittarius, and clarify why this Nine of Swords is here in your overall energy. What's bothering you here in September? Why is there sleepless nights? What's going on? Why is the Nine of Swords here for Sagittarius? Nine of Swords is clarified by the King of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and also the Hanged Man here. So there's definitely something about like people involved in this, the King of Cups and also the Queen of Pentacles. It could be that you're getting in your emotions about not having enough physical abundance. The King of Cups to the Queen. This also could have to do with this lover situation where a lot of you, this big manifestation journey that you're going on may actually upset a relationship that you have in your life. Okay, someone who expects a lot of material things out of you, or it could be yourself that causes someone to be emotional. Also, the Hanged Man is looking at something from a new perspective or surrendering to something. So I feel like this could be a relationship that is causing disturbance to you. There is something here about like, you know, like someone being a little bit, I don't know, like just not on the same page with someone. Let's go ahead now and clarify, why is this Two of Cups here and what you don't see coming for you, Sagittarius? Why is the Two of Cups here and what you don't see coming? All right, the Two of Cups is clarified by the Page of Pentacles and also the Ten of Wands here. So a lot of you like may want love to be corrected, or you may want new love in your life, but you just feel like you have such a long way to go. And you may want to like watch your definitions about what it takes for you to be loved. Like, do you have a subconscious belief that you need to be wealthy in order to attract love? Nothing can be further from the truth. You don't need money to attract love. And there's a misconception here, like the Page of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands. I'm just getting that you're not starting something. It has to do with love, but because it seems like just like such a titanic task, you know, some sort of giant task ahead of you, and so you're not even getting going here. There's also something about like, make sure that you tell yourself that money does not equal like love. There also could be this thing about like someone from your past comes back and checks in on you, and they're like, how are you doing, Sagittarius? And like, it from the outside it looks like not a lot has changed, and they judge you, and that makes you like angry. I don't know who this is for. So if someone comes in and like, maybe even if someone comes in and is like poking a hole at you, your challenge, you know, is defensive. So there could be a lot of information coming to your subconscious that you need on this manifestation journey through the form of synchronicity and things that other people tell you, that your challenge is, instead of using that information to get an accurate reflection, you just get very defensive and you call the person a dick, or you call the person a bitch or something. And the example that I'm getting is someone may come back in love for you, look at you objectively, and it may actually be a fact. They're like, Sagittarius, like 3 years ago, like we were in a thing, and now we're like, I don't really see like much has like changed for you. And that actually could be an accurate reflection that, fuck, you know, they're right. Like, what if I did give up those habits? What if I just did take it 10% more seriously? I probably would have been in a total different space, and this person maybe would have approved of me more. And it's not that you're out here for their approval. Who gives a fuck what this person thinks about you? But they're giving you an accurate reflection of the way that your physical reality is arranged. And instead of being defensive about that, you need to be open to if maybe they're right. And it's a weird thing, because I'm getting that this person, the universe is putting this person who comes back, it's either you're going to text them or something in September. It's like they're putting them there because you're like, oh my God, they could be a lover. I actually think it's more so like a reflection. So let's go ahead and so just be open to things, right? It's not that everyone's right, it's not that everyone's wrong, but because it's very complicated, because I just sounded like I contradicted myself, didn't I? I just said like all these things about you can attract love and it doesn't matter about money. And then I just told you someone's going to come back and tell you your reality is still the same. So there has to be this neutral point of, you don't go into cognitive dissonance when I say things that are just coming through. And it may be for two different people, but there's just something about like giving away your mind and just dedicating your mind to a task and finding freedom in that. So, or to the advice, the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, you're on the beginning of a very new beginning of a journey. And that's what like life is about. Life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. So let's go ahead and clarify here. I feel like you have the work ethic to do this, whatever it is you want to do. Let's clarify why the Seven of Swords is here in your advice. Because I feel like you take 2 steps forward. It's like you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And like that needs to change, but you don't need to, it's about awareness, not like forcing yourself to change. Just sit with it, right? But why is the Seven of Swords here for you, Sagittarius, in your advice? The Seven of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and also the Five of Pentacles here. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I just feel like there's like things you go back and forth within yourself. Like a lot of times you give up on the whole manifestation journey because you're like, you know what, I don't need this. I'm just emotionally satisfied by myself here. But deep down, you feel like you're on the outside of something that you want in the physical realm. It could be a relationship. It could be more abundance. And like deep down, you try to, what I'm getting from this, the advice is just to pick something and work on it and be honest, show up, be honest, be disciplined. Don't be motivated, be disciplined. Because otherwise, the frequency coming through is like you try to run away from like the degree to which you respect yourself. Like you try to like make it out like, oh my God, like I'm just like this philosopher who does what they want. I don't give a shit about what anyone thinks about me. Deep down though, there is this like feeling like you could be so much more than you are. You could be so much more than you are. And I don't want to take away from spiritual awareness because like, let's be real, chasing money, chasing more, relationships, cars, houses, something that you want, like that's spiritually empty. Having a lot of sex, like that's spiritually empty, but there seems to be something that you're creating that's actually not empty, but you're just labeling it as empty because then it gives you comfort to not do it. With that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading, Sagittarius. I hope that you appreciated it. I hope it provided you clarity and insight. This is the Autistic Mystic.